software, what are the things that you should consider before you buy that software to help you practice GST in your organization. To start with, I've put everyone on mute. If you have any query, just put me on chat and we'll discuss that at end. Or you can always write it to me at vikas.garg@buffersol.com. I'll happy to answer that. Starting with my first slide, let me talk about agenda. So let's set some rules. What you can expect from this webinar is what are the high level changes you should be thinking in your software to practice GST, or what are the high level feature that should be looking in your new software that you're about to buy or thinking about it to practice GST. What is we are not going to cover is what implication or what are the changes that are going to come in financial accounting point of view. We will definitely cover it, but in some other webinar, not this. This is primarily to let you know what all changes you should be thinking about in your software to practice GST. Now, before we go ahead, let's talk about key framework changes that has been discussed, that has been brought in by the government of India. Now, there are changes in tax framework. For example, there are specific rules that specify that what goods or services has to be there both in B2B and B2C segment in order to apply GST. How do we register? How do we change the existing registration for existing businesses where people having registration of service tax or VAT or both, how they can change and register themselves for GST? What has been changed at accounting framework level? For example, GST TDS as indirect tax has been introduced. Of course, there are rules for debit note and credit for accounting. Tax settlement framework is in. So cash ITC tax liability ledgers. You have to maintain dimension-wise tax settlements. Tax set of rules and set of priority has been defined. Now, the most important part here is we must be listening, or we have been working on e-return, e-payment, e-declaration, which is there already in existing taxation systems with the government of India. But e-invoicing and uploading is something new. So what does it mean is each and every organization has to upload invoices that is being sent to your customers on a portal, right? Now, this is in addition to return. Don't get confused with the return. Return is anyway we have to file. We'll talk about return. We'll talk about how many type of return and when it has to be filed. But uploading invoice is something new being introduced. We'll talk about it in a bit time. Now, what your software should do? Your software should have a capability to register the detail about the tax part. It should have capability to define what are transaction where you have to apply taxes, and also you should be able to define what tax slab and what transaction type with what distribution percentage is there. Now, guys, mind it, GST is not just GST, right? There is a state GST and central GST component into it. So every transaction will have some percentage going towards central GST and other going to state GST. So whatever setup you need to do, you should have the capability to define what percentage of GST has to be charged on what type of transaction, and for each such setup, what is the percentage of distribution between state and center and IGST as well. System should be able to maintain tax accounting for books, also voucher for the tax. In terms of billing, tax invoice, output versus input tax assessment, adjustment, payment, carry forward refund, it's same as before. Tax inquiry and report would be needed. E-filing integration, again, right? This is not just about integrating the return. That means you should be able to directly integrate your system with a GST portal to file your returns, as well as to upload an invoice. So that's something new. That means now the way it has been designed and planned, everyone will be able to integrate their system, provided the system support that integration to the portal to completely automate the process of invoicing and return filing. Yeah. Okay. Moving ahead. Let me know if you have any doubt before we go to the next slide. Like I said, you can just ping me over chat and then we'll answer it at a later stage. Now let's talk about what has been proposed for return filing process, how it will start basically. I told you about a new thing which is called e-invoicing coming in, right, which is not there at all. So what that means is, as a taxpayer, you have to prepare a sales invoice, right? And that is there in a specific format. You go to and log into GST system, upload the sales invoice detail into GST system, and then submit it there, right? Now that tax invoice goes to counterparty taxpayer, basically your customer. Your customer accept or reject the invoice or ask for a change, and once it is confirmed, then your GST liability is being calculated and is being sent to your customer. Now all this input will go into your return as well. So what you have to think is how your system should prepare that particular invoice that can be uploaded into the portal, or your system should directly talk to the web APIs of the portal and push that invoice in. So it's not just a push, it should also be able to track that invoice. Like I said, once it is being submitted on the portal, it goes to your customer. Customer will either accept or reject. So the system should be able to really track that invoice in terms of acceptance or rejection, and accordingly take a next step. Yeah. Okay, moving on. So like I said, there are number of returns. It was never there before. I mean, for small player, if you talk about service tax, how many return you file in a year? 4 or maybe 12, mostly 4, right? Once in a quarter, or few even go ahead and do it, twice a year, right? So idea is that has changed. Now the number of return has increased. Like you can say there are total 9 type of returns, and each of them will keep your accounting team busy throughout the month. And if you take an average, that means almost every 15 days you're filing a return. So this is not invoice I'm talking about. Invoices are separate. This is basically a return based on invoices that has been filed. Right now, let's talk about first GST R1. So that means details of outward supply of taxable goods and services. Then second return only talks about details of outward supplies. Third is a monthly return, basically, again based on what has been done in GST R1 and 1 and 2. The fourth is a quarterly return, again whatever has been done in past or monthly or respective returns before. Right now, GST 4 is basically 5 is basically NRIs who are not resident of India. It was basically foreign taxpayer, not and I'm sorry about it. It's non-resident foreign taxpayers, right? So likewise, you can see there are a number of return that you may have to file, and the more complex business you are into in terms of diversification, the more number of return you add into kitty. So you should definitely have a system that help you automate the whole process, because if you don't do it, you may have to double your strength just to manage the return. So please make sure your software supported it, does give you right information with the click of a button in terms of return that can be processed, that can be validated, processed, and filed. Now, what are the modes to file a return? Okay, one is like we do now. We go to the portal. Let's talk about service tax. We go to service tax portal. We prepare return there with some inputs and then file it. The other most common and popular way is we prepare a return using an Excel tool, a utility, and it generates an XML for you, which you upload it on a portal, which saves time and is easy to work around. Now, third, which is new again, it's a web API based direct integration with financial system and GST portal. So what this GST portal is given is an API based integration, which you will be able to consume with relevant credentials and directly file the return. Right? That means you don't need a separate person to actually do the job. Your software should be able to talk to GST portal and file the return for you, and even track it after that. Right? The fourth, which is like, for I think it's going to be temporary because people are adopting digital tools, and I think another maybe 5 years everyone will use digital tools. Now these are the centers where people who are not using computers, who do not understand website, who do not understand the portal, they can go to these centers and apply and file their returns with the help of the people working there. Cool. Okay, moving on. That ends my presentation. It was pretty brief. Like I said, the scope was just to talk about what you expect from your software in order to change. Even if you are thinking to buying a new software, what you should be expecting from your new software, so that you make your life easy, right? Now, most important thing would be in your software is how much capable it is to, to support e-invoice, that means integration with invoice portal, and return. If you have this, you will make your life really easy. If you don't, ultimately your software will be just give you a calculation based on invoice, and the setup has been done, and the rest of the return you have to do it yourself, which I don't think it's a good idea. You should definitely look for a solution which gives you end-to-end functionality and makes your life easy. Let's look at the queries. Okay. Yeah. So one of the query is when it's gonna happen, right? Well, the portal has been launched. The testing is going on. You can get more information about GST portal. Even if you Google it about GST portal, you'll get to know the detail of the portal, and you can browse it. It has lengthy document on technical side, how you can integrate it. Not everything is available. Like I said, it's still under testing, right? But you can definitely work around. You can look at it and you can accordingly work it. The second thing is GST applicable. Like I said, okay, the question is when, how we should prepare our software readiness. Okay. Now we have to look at the feature that you're looking at. From July 1st, it is GST will be applicable. That means your software should be calculating GST for you in it. For each invoice, each transaction you're doing, your software should have capability to basically define different type of transaction with different rates on it, and the percentage calculation for GST, state GST and IGST. Yeah. Now, but you don't need feature to file the return immediately, but that doesn't give you enough time. maybe 10 days max or 15 days after 1st July. So that because you have to file return, you have to file return within a week. you know Invoice, well, you can live with the feature where system doesn't integrate the invoice immediately if you do not have that many invoices, where your team can manually upload the invoice information and can track it. But if your number of invoices are more in a daytime, even if you have say 20-25 invoices in a day, it's actually a good number, and you should definitely consider having a software to support that particular integration, right? About integration for return, like I said, there are different type of return. A return which you have to file almost like every 15 days, then a month, then quarter, then a year, right? Now the yearly return feature you can develop with time, right? You're not going to file return immediately. Similar for quarter and month, you get a more than a month time to do it. But other return, I think you should focus more. If you're going to develop it yourself, the way you can prioritize your work is to have system in place where it let you file return. If not integration, then at least think of creating an output which is required to be uploaded on a portal to make your life easy. Okay, so that was all in terms of queries. You guys, you have my email ID. I just repeat, it's vikas.garg@bafflesol.com. Please feel free to write me. I'm also on LinkedIn. You can search me with ID as VKS Garg, and same on Facebook. I'll be happy to answer your queries. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your time. Have a nice evening. Bye-bye.